Hey guys, I hope you're all doing amazing today. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick and do a pick a card reading. The intention for this reading is going to be for love and relationships. So if you are in a relationship, if you are not in a relationship, if it's complicated, doesn't matter. This is the subject of love and relationships. And yeah, so if you are called to this video, then this video is for you, okay? And like I said, it's going to be a pick a card reading, so you are going to pick either group 1, group 2, or group 3. So go ahead and do that now. If you need to pause this video, that's fine to pick with your intuition. If you know exactly which group is yours immediately, good for you. I will leave the timestamps down in the description box so that you can go directly to your reading. Okay. So, without further ado, let's do this. Okay, for group 1, this is your love and relationships reading. What you need to know about your love relationship, however it is, whatever it is at this point, what you need to know, some helpful advice from your highest self. Okay, we'll do 1 oracle card, and then we'll do 3 tarot cards. Okay. Do 1 more of these for group 1. Okay, and then we'll do 1 of these puppies for group number 1. Love and relationships. Okay, that's the one. Okay, so the first card we have for you, group number 1, is the Crone. Okay. The second card we have for you is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Okay. The third card, you have Justice. The Justice card. I like that card. And the fourth card, you have the 7 of Wands. Ooh, look at that picture. That's fun. Okay. So let's take a look and see what advice we have for you, group number 1, about your love and relationships. Love and relationships. Let's see. Okay, so immediately I do see with the Justice card, as well as with the Crone card and the Queen of Cups card, there is a level of emotional maturity here. I feel like you are very emotionally wise, very emotionally stable, very emotionally mature. Okay, let's see. Interesting. So it seems like, because we have the Crone card, and this reminds me of, which I'm sure, I mean, there's a booklet for these cards, but I kind of want to just go based off of my intuition and how I feel immediately about this card. And what I feel this is relating to is the energy of Mother, Maiden, Crone, where you have, 3 phases of a certain aspect of your life. And the Crone is the 3rd level. So you have the Maiden, which is kind of like the beginning amateur phase. You have the Mother, which is kind of like the maturing, getting familiar with the growing up in a certain, not necessarily in general, but just the levels of kind of life, really. You're an infant, you're young, you're an adult, and then you're mature, you're much older. And so this is the oldest one. So I'm not saying that you're an old person, but it just means that your level of maturity with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups here in tandem with the Crone card makes me feel like you have a lot of emotional stability and maturity. And we also have the Justice card here. That's a really pretty card. And for me, the Justice card has to do with fairness. Yeah, it has to do with fairness, okay? So you may be in a relationship where the emotional maturity may not be as emotionally mature as the other person in your relationship. It almost feels like you're having to kind of deal with some people that, okay, so this could be the partner, this could be your partner that maybe isn't as emotionally mature. This could be your partner that's not emotionally mature, and it seems to be causing maybe a fight, or a constant fight, or always fighting, or an argument that's always happening because of the other person's lack of emotional stability. Okay, so that's one aspect. The other one that I'm seeing may also be that you may be emotionally mature, meaning you kind of know what you're doing regarding a relationship. You may have full trust in a relationship or in a partner that maybe other people don't necessarily feel like is safe, but there is a part of you do feel emotionally mature. So I feel like if you are someone who is like in a relationship with somebody who either new or existing, there may be someone or some other people who don't think that this relationship is healthy, but you know what you're doing, okay? Whether this person is maybe not so good for you or is good for you, and other people just don't understand that, you are mature enough emotionally to know whether or not you need to stay in this relationship or not. You are emotionally mature enough to know, the process, okay? Like you're going to, you're in this relationship, you're taking all of you're aware, okay? You're very aware. The Justice card, there's awareness here. I feel like you're very aware, okay? So if something needs to change, you'll become aware of that. If there's an issue, you'll become aware of that and deal with it accordingly, okay? And so I feel like there is some people that may not agree with what you're doing, but honestly, you know what you're doing, okay? So if you're maybe having trouble with some people kind of fighting against what you're trying to do, which is just kind of live your life regarding a relationship, it doesn't matter what they say, okay? It just doesn't matter what they say. You know what you're doing, okay? You're able to pick up on things and know when to say what, okay? And so let's see what else we have here for you, group number 1. Okay, let's pull maybe one more card to get any more advice of what you can do with your situation, or what more you need to know about this current situation for you, group number 1. Let's see. Okay, you have 9 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so what I'm feeling for you, group number one, with this 9 of Wands cards, it's showing that you have a guard up. Okay, so you might have a guard up in your relationship right now for a reason. It feels like there is a reason for you to have a guard up if you do have a guard up. Okay, let's see what we need to know about this. What group number one needs to know about this. Okay, you know, yeah, it's group number one. I just feel like you're very protected. Okay, you're very smart when it comes to relationships. And you're very protected. Okay, whether that means, that could mean many things. What I'm feeling right now is that you're very, and you know, with this energy of you being emotionally mature, it looks like you know how to set boundaries. Okay, so things seem to be going pretty well for you. Okay, I just feel like if you don't know, well, you're doing fine regarding relationships. If you feel like somebody is against you in your relationship, you know, that doesn't matter. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, okay? And also, if you are in a relationship where it's the person you're in a relationship with that is kind of what you're fighting, I feel like there's just something kind of like clashing here in a relationship for you, group number one. If you're in a relationship, there's something kind of clashing, and it may just be that your partner may not be may not be as emotionally mature as you, and it's kind of causing a little bit of a clash. But I do see that you may just be putting boundaries up. You may be just expressing how you feel about certain things in the relationship, and it might be kind of causing some sort of it could cause some sort of maybe surfacing of shadows for your partner that are coming up, kind of maybe ego stuff from your partner that's kind of clashing with your emotional maturity. The ego sometimes doesn't like to take responsibility, and it's not necessarily the ego. The ego can mean different things for different people, but it's what I feel like I need to name whatever this kind of like thing that's causing this clash. I want to call it an ego. So there's just something maybe about your partner or these people that have an issue that is making you kind of like need to defend yourself. Yeah, I feel like you're feeling like you're having to defend yourself from something or someone, or from someone or for some people. And you're standing your ground. You know, you have your boundaries. You know, you're fine, okay? And so let's see. How can you deal with, if this is your partner that's kind of causing the clash, let's pick a card and see what advice you can get for how to deal with this relationship. Let's pick one of these cards. What advice can we give group number one who is dealing with a partner that is kind of causing this clash where group one is needing to defend themselves? What advice can we give group number one regarding this situation? Okay. You have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm feeling with this card immediately is that there just needs to be, you just need to work together at it. Yeah, the 3 of Pentacles is about more than one person working on something to get to achieve one goal. Multiple people working together to make something happen. Okay. And so what I feel the advice that you need, group number one, is just to, you know, let what happens, happens. Deal with the things that come up when they come up and work together. You know, I feel like you just need to work together and it'll be fine. Okay? No matter what, you know, whether fine means that it's not going to work or whether fine means that it will work. Okay? What the advice that you need if this is a partner that is kind of you're clashing with, you just need to work together. Okay? It's just, you just need to work at it. That's all. But I feel like for you, group number 1, you'll be absolutely fine because you are very mature emotionally. And that's something very important in a relationship, is to be emotionally mature. So you'll be just fine, group number 1. That's all I have for you. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, hello, group number 2. This is your advice, your wisdom, your message regarding your relationship or love, okay? Whether you're single, like I said earlier, whether you're single in a relationship, whether it's complicated, this is for you. Let's see what we have for you, group number 1. I'm going to pull an oracle card, and then I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards. So we'll have this. Come on now. We'll have this. Your oracle card. We'll pull 2 of these. Love and relationships for group number 2. Okay, and then we'll pull 1 more to get you started, group number 2. What does group number 2 need to know about love and relationship? Okay, that's the one. Okay, group number 2, let's see what you got. Oh, interesting. What is that? Thanatos. Okay, I have no idea what that is. I'm going to have to pull from, or I'm going to have to read the book. But that's what your card looks like. That's your oracle card. Thanatos. Thanatos. Interesting. Okay. And then you have the 8 of Wands. Ooh, okay. Wow. Ooh, that looks fun. Okay, and you have with 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords. Okay, and then you have the Page of Cups. Okay. Now let me look in this booklet here real quick. Sorry for the adjustment here, but my camera was resting on the booklet. So let's see what this Thanatos is all about. There we go. Okay. Ooh, death. So I'll read this here for you. It is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So let me take a breath here and get connected to you and see what message you have for today, group number 2. Okay. Okay, so I feel like for you, group number 2, I wonder what this has to do with this. Okay, let me just go with what I'm feeling immediately, and then we'll keep going and see what more we can find out. Okay, so what I'm feeling for you, group number 2, immediately is that we have the 8 of Wands here. So it feels like you may be someone who has experienced a lot of relationships. Okay, so that may be for some of you, not necessarily all, but there is a need to catch a partner. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with the 8 of Wands here. I feel like you're always kind of looking for a catch, right? You're always kind of looking. When you have something, and then if it's gone, you're looking again. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with the 8 of Wands here. But also with the 2 of Swords, it almost feels like you're doing this blindly. Okay, so if this is a relationship and love reading, so I feel like for you, group number 2, there is a pattern with you for kind of just looking for, it feels like you may be looking for something in a relationship because you're constantly trying to be in one. You're constantly looking for something. Okay, and maybe that's an internal thing. Maybe that's a subconscious thing that you're not necessarily aware of, that there's something that you're searching for, and where you're looking for it is in relationships. Okay, so it feels like there's a little bit something deeper than that. I feel like maybe you're looking for yourself in a relationship. That could be it, because I have the Page of Cups here. That makes me think that you are looking for love. Okay, the Page of Cups is like, we can kind of, for an example, we can say when a person is at the point in their life where they've been a kid and now they're growing up and going, not necessarily going through puberty, but in a sense, there is this kind of, there isn't much of a maturity that has grown within all of these relationships, which is for a reason. It's because you're kind of staying at this stage where love is new, where you're still in the stage of kind of not understanding the lessons of love, because you go through certain phases in love and relationships where you have your first love, which is usually in junior high or high school, and that's a certain level and learning experience in love. And then you kind of move on to you break free from that first love and then go into like the next phase where you are starting to learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about what you like, what you don't like, what you need in a relationship, and all that kind of stuff. And then you move on to like the next phase where it's like you know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you like. It's like there's a maturity stage in love and relationships. And I feel like for you, group number 2, you may be a little bit stuck in the first phase of relationships, which is why you may be going through a lot of them. And like I said, this isn't for everybody. So if you don't have a lot of like partners or anything, that's fine. This just might mean that maybe you haven't had any partners. Okay, that could also mean that. So for some of you, it could mean you've had many partners because you're stuck at this phase, or it could mean that you have not had many at all because you're at this beginning phase, or because you haven't really been in a relationship, or you've only been in maybe 1 or 2 that haven't been super deep, or I don't want to say real, because of course, you know, all relationships are real if it's a relationship, but maybe not as, that the word is real, not a really like intense relationship. Okay. So, what I'm feeling for you, group number 2, is that if you are someone who is kind of the person that goes through a lot of relationships, it's because you're kind of stuck in that beginning perspective of love, that beginning level. You're kind of stuck there. So let's see. Okay, and I feel like with Thanatos, there's something about death. There's something about endings. Okay, maybe you don't like when the relationships end. Maybe you're trying to continue a previous relationship with the next one, so it won't feel like there is anything, so it won't feel like an ending has occurred necessarily. So for you, group number 2, you may be someone who gets into relationships where you are in a relationship, you're happy, you like how it's going, but then something happens to where it's just not working anymore and it's coming to an end. And there might be some, it might be where you want to quickly rebound so that you won't have to feel the pain of the ending of a relationship. So what I'm feeling for you, group number 2, is that you may be getting into relationships, and then instead of learning from that relationship and grieving the ending of it, you are not allowing that grieving process to happen. So you're just quickly moving on to a next relationship so you won't have to feel those feelings. And so with that being said, group number 2, it feels like it's important for you to, when you're in a relationship and if it ends, it's important for you to grieve, to you know, feel that pain, but not to let the pain become you, or do not let yourself become the pain. Okay, so just allow the feelings of pain and then, you know, let it go. Okay, it seems like you're not wanting to experience the grief of the ending of a relationship, so you're just continuing to find a new relationship to never feel the ending of a relationship. And yeah, that's not very healthy, okay? It's just not healthy, okay? And it's important for you to be aware of this, okay? And I feel like, yeah, if you resonate with this, it's good to keep in your back pocket, okay? Take your time with this information, okay? Let it process and just, you know, keep it with you, okay? Don't feel like you need to take drastic measures immediately, and just don't feel bad, okay? This is just to let you know what's going on if you don't realize what's going on. If you're tired of the unhappiness in your relationships, this just may be what's going on here, is that you're just not, you're not wanting to feel the grief of the ending of a relationship. And it's important to, in order to get past this phase of love, it's important for you to feel that grief, okay? Group number 2, you'll be all right, okay? It's necessary for you so that you can move on to the next phase of love, which will bring you to the best love you could ever have imagined, if that's what you're looking for. Because I feel like you are looking for love. With the Page of Cups, you are looking for love. You want that love. But it's important for you to also love yourself and be okay with who you are when you're single. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to be single forever. It just means it's healthy for you to be okay. It's good for you. It's healthy for you to be able to feel a comfortability being single. Okay, and once you are able to feel that comfortability feeling single, it will help you to move on to that next phase of love and relationship, so that the next relationship will be stronger, okay? and then you just keep moving up, and to the point where you will find that person that is perfect for you and that you will be really happy with. Okay. Okay, so for those of you group 2 that are more of, you're just single, or maybe you've just been single for a long time, the energy is similar, okay? You may just be scared to get into a relationship, because if you like it and if it's a really good relationship, you know that you're either going to get married, be together for a very long time. You don't necessarily have to be married in order to have a lifelong partner. So I'm feeling maybe for you, group number 2, those of you that have been single for a long time, I do feel like for you, there just may be a fear of being in a relationship, because you might get super attached to whoever. You might, you might get really attached. You might let yourself be vulnerable and fall in love with somebody, and then it may not work out. Okay, so I feel like there's a little bit of a fear with some of you, group number 2, of just even getting into a relationship with somebody, because of that fear that it's a 50% chance that you might get married and be together forever, or there's a 50% chance that it's not going to work out and you're going to be heartbroken. And I feel like there might be a little bit of a fear of even getting into a relationship, or even allowing yourself to be open to a relationship, because you might be scared, because there is a potential that it won't work. There is that risk. Anytime anybody gets in a relationship, there's always a risk that you will get your heart broken and that it won't work. And I feel like that's for you, group number 2. That might be a fear that you have. But like I said, for those of you in group number 2 that date many people all the time to avoid this same fear, it's healthy for you to experience that, whether it leads to forever or not. Okay, so to lighten up the situation, you're being called to experience these things so that you may reach the person that you need to reach. Okay, I do feel like that person for you is out there, but you need to graduate to a certain degree to get to that person. Okay, so just my advice for you with the cards is that just take a chance. Just experience relationships. Don't be afraid. Just get in there and learn about yourself. Okay, because that's another thing. When you get in relationships, it not only do you learn about relationships in general, but you learn a lot about yourself in these relationships. And that's something that I feel like your highest self wants you to do, is to learn more about who you are, is to know yourself more. And that will make your life, that will transform, it feels like it will transform your life in a way that you didn't know you could be transformed. Okay, so that's what I have for you, group number 2. I hope this was helpful for you in some way, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Hello, group number 3. I hope you are doing a-okay today. So this is going to be some wisdom, advice, whatever it is that you might need to know about your current relationship or in love. So whether you are in a relationship, whether you're single or it's complicated, this is what you need to know right now about your love and relationships. Okay, I'm going to pick an oracle card for you here. Okay. And then I'm going to pick 3 tarot cards for you, 2 from this deck and 1 from another. And this is for group number 3, what they need to know about their love and relationships at this time. 2 cards. 2 cards, please. Okay. 1 more. 1 more. Okay. And then 1 more tarot card from this deck for group number 3. Okay, group number 3, let's see what you got. Okay, you got Thanatos. Thanatos. Okay. And then we have the Fool card. Okay, and then we have, oh snap, the Fool card again. Okay. Ooh, interesting. And the Knight of Wands. Okay. So what I'm feeling for you, group number 3. So let's talk about Thanatos for a second. Thanatos has to do about grief, grieving, and the death cycle. Okay, so endings, the kind of uncomfortable feelings that are associated with grieving and the end of cycles. Okay, so that's what Thanatos represents. And I know that because I looked in the booklet for group number 2 because they also got Thanatos. So that's how I know what Thanatos represents. Okay, so we have that energy here. And then we have the Fool card 2 times from 2 different decks. That's just, that gives us a little bit of an affirmation about this energy here in the Fool, with the Fool card. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this energy, the energy here is kind of giving me energy similar to group number 2, but a little bit different. So let's, if you felt called to do group number 2, if you feel called to watch this one as well as group number 2, feel free to do that. If not, you know, do what your intuition is guiding you to do. But to get into this one, I'm feeling for you, group number 3, that there may be someone you have in mind, okay? I feel like there is somebody you have your eye on with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands usually is my kind of knight in shining armor card. And so there's like, the knight represents kind of movement towards something, and the wands represents kind of like the soul, fiery passion. Okay, so I feel like there is somebody you have your eye on right now. Okay, somebody you're very passionate about. But yeah, there's somebody you're very passionate about. And with the Fool card, 2 Fool cards, right? You might be just a little bit apprehensive about this person. Not too much, because I feel like there's a lot of passion here and excitement with the Knight of Wands with this person. There's like, you're like, okay, I like this person, but there is, like I said, some apprehension with the Fool card, okay? And then with the Thanatos card that has to do with like death and the pain of death, there might be a fear here of getting too close to this person that you've got your eye on. There's so it's almost like there's kind of like, should I go towards it? Because with this Fool card here, we see the the wolf being very cautious, stepping towards the bunny, right? So he's interested, okay? He's kind of like, let me go see what's going on over here, right? So there's a little bit of apprehension regarding this person, but with this Fool card, we see this person kind of not even looking where they're going, and they're taking a step off a cliff. So that could either mean, you're being foolish, you're actually being foolish, but in this regards, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily foolish. It feels like it's okay to take a chance. Okay? It's okay to risk this, okay? It feels like the risk is like, let's just see what happens. Let's just experience what might happen if we do make an active effort to pursue this person. It feels like there is like apprehension, but then I do feel like there is a push to just experience this from your highest self, from your guides. I feel like they're telling you, let's just experience this, okay? Because we do have Thanatos here that's about about grief and the pain of grieving, and so there may be a fear here of pursuing this person because there may be it may not work out, and that's not a fun thing to think of, especially if you're super excited, if you're super like if your heart is like on fire about this person, that may feel scary because you're not super into this relationship yet, to the point where I feel like you're already getting really sucked into this relationship or to this person, and there's already so much passion in this person, and it's not even a relationship yet. So I feel like there is a little bit of apprehension because of fear that it might not work out. And so it seems like, you're not even in this relationship, but you're already so excited and passionate and you really like this person, so that if you go any deeper and it doesn't work out, that might just be super painful for you, okay? But what I'm feeling for you, group number 3, is that that's okay. That's a normal process in love and relationships, is to experience a relationship, learn about relationships, learn about yourself, learn about what you like in a relationship, learn about what you want in a relationship. You learn so much about people and relationships in general, and how to cohabitate, how to not just cohabitate, but how to live in a world with other people, okay? It helps you to learn more about relationships. It helps you to learn more about people. It helps you to learn more about yourself, okay? So there's more to relationships than just, being with somebody and then, it not working out and it being the worst thing that could ever happen. Being in a relationship, it might not work out, okay? I feel like that's something that you need to hear, is that it might not work out. You can go into a relationship that you're really excited about, really passionate about, and yes, you're right. It's either going to work out or it's not. It's either going to work out for a long time and then not. It's either going to work out forever and you're going to be together with this person forever, or it might work out for a little while and then end. But both endings may be very painful for you. And that's something that could happen, okay? And so what I'm feeling for you, group number 3, is that let that happen if it so happens, okay? That's what I'm feeling for you, group number 3. Let that happen if that's what happens. Let yourself experience this relationship, okay? Let yourself experience this pursuing of a person that you really like, okay? Let it happen. Just go through the experience. And it's important for you to know that if it doesn't work out, that's okay. that that's a normal process, and that it's not the end, okay? If it's your goal to find your soulmate, if it's your goal to find your twin flame, and a relationship ends, that doesn't mean you're never going to find the person for you, okay? So what I'm feeling for you, group number 2, is to just have fun. Have fun with this one, okay? Experience this one. Take a risk. Take risks with this one, okay? But be smart. Don't do stupid things, okay? Don't be foolish, okay? Take a risk with this relationship, okay? Just allow it to happen, okay? Allow it to happen, and you're gonna make progress in relationships, okay? This is a progression in relationships. There is a process where, you know, there's the immature process, the mature process, and then the wise process, okay? So allow yourself to enter into these lessons, okay? Enter into these lessons and allow yourself to learn from these lessons and to graduate, to get to the next one, so that you are able to find the perfect one for you, because that person is out there for you. If you want a soul, like I said, if you want a soulmate, if you want a twin flame, if it's your intention to find that person, then that's what you'll find. But you do have to go through steps to get to that person, okay? Okay. That's all I have for you, group number 3. I hope this helped you in some way. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.